Hello, welcome to an NFL Sunday specific NS9BETS. I'm Cody, that's Tyler. You know the drill. Let's get into some bets.
Let's lose some money, buddy.
Let's do it. I've had a great couple of days.
You have. I mean, that Vikings bet.
I should have taken it sooner. I would have, but I was a little nervous. I was like, maybe Kirk Cousins finally doesn't have it. But
I mean, it was 33 points. Like,
right, it's the biggest comeback in NFL history. I took that when they were down 36-21, and I got those odds 13-1
yeah, I mean, at that point, you have to take that bet.
because they're coming back. But it very well could have been like like Ben Roethlisberger type of, like, he's going to try at the very end to try and be the hero and come up short like he did against the Jaguars. He did it against the Browns in the playoffs.
The Vikings.
Yeah. So it could have been a classic game like that, but it was worth it. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'll put $5 on it. I won, got $65. I'll take it.
It'll play.
So now we are going to get into the games. First up, we got Falcons Saints. This game is garbage.
Terrible.
Hate it.
Why is Andy Dalton still a thing? Why are the Saints still?
I don't get why you don't give Jameis a chance.
I mean,
he's not hurt anymore. He wants to play. Where's Jameis?
If you're going full on stupidity, just play Taysom Hill.
Right. Like, see what you got in Taysom. Like, let's
literally anything beside what you're doing right now.
Right. Like,
Andy Dalton is truly bad. And they're just shoving him down everyone's throat. I'm tired of watching Andy Dalton.
Right. It's like, I feel like Andy Dalton, he's not a bad. What's up? Where are you going? Somebody knock on his door or something? Anyway, I think the problem is Andy Dalton would be a decent quarterback maybe on another team, but when you have the option of Jameis Winston, I think it's like, why not give him a chance? You have someone there that is worth a chance, given a chance to, and you're just not doing it. So I don't know what else to talk about because Tyler's gone. I think this is probably going to go under. You got a good defense in the Saints. That's the only reason they stay in games anyway. I don't know where Tyler went.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about Falcons Saints.
What's your bet?
I'm thinking under 43.5 because the Saints have a good defense. Falcons have a mediocre offense. Their defense is all right. So, and then you have Andy Dalton for the Saints. He's just not going to play well. That's what I was just talking about. It's like you have Jameis Winston, who you're just not given a chance to for some reason. He hasn't had a chance all season. Sure, he was injured at the beginning of the season. But why hasn't he been given a chance at this point? And to Tyler's point, he said at this point, why not just get wild and put Taysom Hill at quarterback? I mean,
it's late enough in the season that you can kind of play around with that idea.
Right. And it's weird because of how bad the NFC South is. Like, the Saints at 4-9 could still win in this division.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like maybe they do think Andy Dalton's their best bet and they don't want to mess around with what they got. But at this point, it's like you're 4-9. Do something different.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, my pick's under 43.5. I don't even think Tyler liked this game. So what do you think?
I mean, if I just based on what I know about the teams, if I had to pick a team to win, I would pick the Saints. I would definitely go under 43.5. I don't think either team is going to score that many touchdowns.
Right. Or it's one of those games where it could go either way. Like,
right.
It could be a 17-10 game, or it could be 28-35. Like, it's weird. Tyler's parents just randomly showed up to his house. So I don't know what that means for the rest of this show, but I'm going to keep talking. And Steph, grab a seat.
Oh, okay.
Grab a seat, Steph. I'm going to remove Tyler from the stream for now until we figure out what's going on with that. And we'll go with this. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. So Steph's going to get her chair. We're going to go through these games together. But yeah, under 43.5 for both of us, I believe, on this game. It's just not a pretty game. Not pretty at all. So I'll go to the next game. And it's one that Steph's going to hate.
Oh, God.
We have
Okay.
Bears, Eagles. Eagles favored. Somehow this opened at -3. And it should have opened at what it's at, -8.5. I don't even know what to say. I don't like this game. Like, but it's also another one where it's like, oh, Justin Fields could have a great game
Right.
and make it close, or he's just bottled up and not able to do anything, and the Eagles steamroll him. I think no matter what, the Eagles don't win. Or, I mean, the Bears don't win.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean,
But that +8.5 is kind of juicy.
I don't know. It's tough because, like, obviously I'm not an Eagles fan, so it's hard for me to, even when they're winning, think of the Eagles in a positive way. I think that, the Eagles are hot, though, and I think that the likelihood of the Bears winning is much lower than it is of them winning, of course. So what would your bet be then? You would pick the -8.5?
No, it's too the spread is too weird to me. This game's odd. Maybe over 48.5, but that's only if we think the Bears have a chance at scoring on the Eagles, which
I think, yeah, it's a little difficult. I don't know. I feel like the Eagles will probably kind of steamroll over the Bears, if I'm being honest. I think they're going to score a lot of touchdowns, but I don't know how many touchdowns then the Bears are going to score, so I don't know that I would pick the over. I might pick the under.
This is another game where it's like it's disgusting. It's not competitive, or it's going to be the most competitive game ever.
Right.
You just don't know what's going to happen. I don't like it. So we're going to leave this one up to a wash. I'm not going to bet on it. Let's go to a game that might actually be decent to bet on. Here's one. I like this game. Another one Steph's going to hate. We got Cowboys, Jaguars, and the Cowboys have not been playing well recently. They haven't been playing well,
but they've been winning.
Right.
Is what I don't understand.
They almost lost to Houston, who is dog awful. And now you have a Jaguars team coming in who I would compare the Jaguars to the Lions in that they have turned it around in the later half of the season. Jaguars obviously don't play well away, but they're playing home today. But I guess I bring that anecdote in because they didn't play well against Detroit, who I just compared them to. But they're playing at home against Dallas. You have a tough Dallas defense to go up against. So this is a big test for Trevor Lawrence. I think your best bet in this game is over 48.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Jaguars are going to find ways to score. It might not be pretty, but they'll do it. And then it's really just up to Dak to be able to command the offense against a young Jaguars defense that is actually pretty good. I like the Jaguars defense.
Sorry, I'm hungover.
You're okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys somehow keep winning games, even though they've been playing like shit, like we were just saying. And I like Trevor Lawrence, and I like the Jaguars, and especially if they're going to be playing at home, I might put my money that direction. I'm also not a bettor, so, like, what the fuck do I know? But, yeah, I think you said over 48.
Over 48.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, both teams would have to score 24, I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
but I see it. I see it as the Cowboys could probably win by 2 scores, and I think the Jaguars will score at least 21 points. That's how I see this. All right. Next game. This little honey thing gets in the way and it's annoying. Big game today. Huge game here in New York. Or it's not in New York. Yeah, it is. It is in New York.
Can't you exit out of that little honey thing?
No, it won't let me.
That's
We're
so
not
stupid.
sponsored by Honey.
No free,
No free ads.
I can't talk.
No free ads.
Over.
All right, we got Lions Jets. I put my bet in for Lions Jets on Friday. I took the Lions +1. I might do it again and take them +2.5. I also think over 44.5 is going to hit. I mean, the Jets are bringing in Zach Wilson because Mike White is not cleared to play. He wants to play. He desperately wants to play. Not cleared by doctors. He's gone to 5 doctors.
So, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What is the deal with the Jets and their quarterbacks right now? I'm like not really up on it. I know that Zach Wilson started the season. Mike White has been in for like a week or two.
So
I don't know why Zach Wilson was taking out. I thought the Jets were playing well.
No, they were not winning because of Zach Wilson. They were winning because of their defense. Zach Wilson has played very bad this season. I think he had a game where he had 3. He might have had 2 games where he had 3 interceptions. But then they brought in Mike White. Mike White was playing very well, keeping them in games, taking advantage of the defense playing well, and that's how they've gotten to 7-6. But then when it comes to, Mike White got hurt, Joe Flacco came in. People are saying Joe Flacco looked like he didn't even want to be there, didn't even want to play. So that's another thing is that you got to think about is Zach Wilson going to have a short leash today? Or are they going to say, we got to keep him out there because we don't know what Joe Flacco is going to bring to the table? Not saying that Joe Flacco doesn't have a competitive fire in him, but is he prepared to play in this game? So that's something you got to think about.
Joe Flacco is playing for
the
Jets. Oh, okay. So they're planning to play Zach Wilson is what you're saying, or you're not sure?
Zach Wilson is playing. He's starting. The question is, does he have a short leash? If he makes 1 or 2 mistakes, is he getting pulled?
Right.
So that's a big thing. Mm-hmm. On the other side, when we look at the Lions defense it's a young defense. It's a decent defense, but they give up a lot of points. Not much to say there. I mean, they just give up a lot of points. I think they have a lot of growing to do on defense in Detroit. But then we look at the Lions offense. It seems as though they are.
I mean, they beat the Giants.
They did. Mm-hmm. But it seems as though in recent weeks that they're leaning on DeAndre Swift more so than Jamal Williams. When it comes to fantasy, Jamal Williams probably still the play because he's going to be a ball hawk in the red zone. He's going to pick up the red zone touchdowns just because he's a bigger body than DeAndre Swift, and DeAndre Swift is very fragile. So you're not going to see many DeAndre Swift I formation touchdowns from the 2-yard line. Mm-hmm. That's just not going to happen. But anyway, it seems like DeAndre Swift is going to be the guy in the backfield. When it comes to the receivers, I think today, comparing to the Jets defense, I think DJ Chark is going to be the guy today. I put him on my fantasy, my DFS today. I picked up DJ Chark. I think that Sauce Gardner is going to be locked up on Amon-Ra. And then I don't even know who else is on, who the other corners are for the Jets. But when I look at the Lions, their top receivers to me are Amon-Ra and Josh Reynolds. So then that leaves DJ Chark as the third receiver to have a huge game. It's already happened once this year where everybody else was locked up. He was the only option, and he had a huge game. So I feel like that's something to look at. And like I just said, with the Jets defense, top 5 defense in the league, it's going to be tough. So All that being said, I've been looking forward to this game. I think it's Lions plus 2.5 is a good play. I also think we could flirt with over 44.5. It'll be tough, but I kind of like it.
I don't like it. I don't like over 44.5. I think after what you just said about both of their defenses, especially the Jets defense, I don't see
I
it.
think I gave too much credit to the Lions defense.
Okay. Even still.
But
you
have an uncertain Jets offense.
Right. So I don't know that I would go over 44.5. I think I'd go under.
Okay. That's a smart play.
Mm-hmm.
Smart reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't always do that. Sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, I like that. I'll put my money on it.
I'm going to make a cup of coffee.
Okay.
But I'm listening and I'll be right back.
Well, now it's time for NS11. I'm going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to wrap this up soon, too, because I want to get ready for the game. Steelers play the Panthers. Panthers are on a winning streak with Aaron Donald. With Sam Darnold. I from a betting standpoint, I think Panthers minus 2.5 is a good play. I want the Steelers to win really bad. But with the showing that Mitch Trubisky had last week and the uncertainty of what he's going to do this week and the fact that it seems like Mason Rudolph wasn't even an option to play this game is kind of absurd to me. I thought, you're 5-8. Give Rudolph a shot, see what he can do. And, I feel like in the past we've seen that Rudolph, in a late season game, he will do everything he can to get the big plays and win games. But anyway, I think Panthers minus 2.5 is a good play. Steelers run defense is not great. I think Donta Foreman and Chuba Hubbard are going to take advantage of that. With that being said, I do think under 37.5 is a decent play. I like that play, especially after yesterday. I took Ravens Browns under 38.5. Then I live bet under 26.5. I think this is going to be a similar game. Like I said, Steelers' run defense is not great, but their pass defense pretty solid. I would say. But I do think, Panthers might figure out a way to get out of this thing, win by 3, maybe by field goal. But other than that, I don't know. I just want the Steelers to be okay, but they're not. So, next game, we got Kansas City, Houston. Sure, Houston put up a fight against Dallas, but Dallas is also, to me, still unproven. And you got a Chiefs team that is fully proven. They're probably the favorite in the AFC right now. You could say the Bills, but I think it's 1A and 1B with the Chiefs and Bills. So that minus 14.5 is huge. It could very well hit, but I think the better. Yep, just me. Tyler's parents showed up, and now he's just, left me for dead. Over 48.5 is high, especially in a game where one side's probably going to dominate and the other probably isn't going to do anything. I think your best play is probably minus 14.5 because they're good. Tyler's back. He's back.
Hello. What a cluster mess.
I got through a couple games without you. We had a long discussion about the Lions-Jets game because I've been looking forward to it.
Have you?
Yes.
Because the Lions are actually good?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Jets are in a spot to let down. But anyway.
Zach Wilson? Ugh.
Zach Wilson, not good. Mike White's out.
Yeah.
Is Zach Wilson going to have a short leash? Does Flacco really want to play? Steph's back.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked they didn't go Flacco. But anyhow,
Right.
are we on this game now? Hey,
Yeah, we're
Steph.
on this game. I said the best play here is probably minus 14.5. It's a huge spread.
We said this last week about the Texans.
I know, but I think after seeing what we saw last week, also, I just said it. The Cowboys, to me, are an unproven 10-3 team,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the Chiefs are proven at 10-3, and I think the Chiefs and the Bills are 1A and 1B in the AFC.
I don't disagree. I think I don't like this game.
Neither do I. The over is too high for me to take, especially if only one side's going to dominate.
Yeah, I think I'll just like the Chiefs 14.5 here.
Right. All right, let's move on because it's getting late.
Sorry.
And I was rudely interrupted.
Yes.
I felt bad because I was like, all right, guys, like, get out of my house. Why are you here? Let me know before you stop.
What they want?
They were just dropping stuff off.
Uh,
My dad was like, well, I wanted to look at your basement and see if your drain's still clogging. And I'm like, dude, call me before, please.
That's funny. All right, we got Patriots Raiders. I have a friend at work who's a Raiders fan, and he said this is a big spot for the Raiders to win because now it doesn't matter.
I don't disagree. The Josh McDaniels revenge game here.
Right. He was just like, they're going to win this game because it doesn't matter. They're out of the playoffs. They have no chance. And that they're just going to dominate because now it doesn't matter. There's no pressure now.
Also, Mac Jones just sucks.
Mac Jones is all right.
He sucks.
He's a mid-tier quarterback in the NFL. I wouldn't put him in the bottom tier. I'd put him mid-tier. I think he's learned his lesson, from just seeing Bailey Zappi take over. He was like, all right, I can't keep asking Belichick questions. I can't keep questioning him. I just need to play in his offense and watch the success pour through.
Yeah, I like the Raiders here a lot. I think the line tells you a lot. Them being favored, you would think, just looking at this, the Patriots would be the favorite here.
Right.
Raiders at home. I like it a lot more at 2.5 than 3.
Right.
If it went to 3, it's probably I wouldn't touch it, but I am actually going to take the Raiders today.
I'm out of water. Thank you. I like
Steph stepping in.
I know. You owe her.
Oh. Have we gotten to the Giants game yet?
No, that's the last game we're going to talk about.
Perfect.
I'll let you guys talk about it because she can't hear you right now. But
Perfect.
I like in this game under 44.5.
I don't hate that pick.
Because you got two really good defenses. I think the Raiders defense is a little underappreciated. Just because their offenses can't get it together. So, when you see a team lose, you're like, it's just like with the Steelers. Steelers have an all right defense. Like they'll hold teams to 16 points, but they'll still lose. I see that the same thing with the Raiders. The Raiders have a good enough defense to hold a team, but they don't have the offense to put the nail in the coffin.
So you're going under. I'm going Raiders here.
Yeah, I'm going under 44.5.
On to the next one.
Another crappy one. I'm letting you two discuss. I'm not even. You don't want to?
No, because last time Tyler talked to me about the Giants, he was really mean about it.
Oh my God, I was not.
He said, "Oh my God, no, I wasn't."
No,
Cody,
you were fake about it. Maybe that's a better word. You were super nice to my face, and then you turned around to Cody, and you were like, "Yeah, they're gonna get blown out of the fucking water."
I still
you
bet
weren't
on them.
Wrong,
He still
but
bet
it's
on them.
Still, and that's why they lost.
Well, anyway, let's look at this Cardinals Broncos game first. I hate it.
Yeah,
I think Cardinals +2 is the play, though.
I think the under's the play here.
Okay.
Yeah, the Broncos are in an under game every single week.
Really, they really have. Let's see what their streak has been the last 5 games.
And no Kyler Murray. I don't like Kyler Murray, but
no Kyler Murray, no Russell Wilson. So Broncos went over last 2, or just their last game.
But that last game was weird.
Yeah, it was like the opposite of a divisional matchup.
Right.
but it was a divisional matchup. Is the opposite of what you think would have happened.
I think your pick is a good one, though. I like Colt McCoy a lot more than Brett Ripien.
Yeah, Colt McCoy is just he's way more. He's a grizzled veteran, you know.
Also,
the only thing is, and I saw it at the end of the Cardinals game last week, is that line for them is going to deteriorate quickly because they're used to having Kyler back there and him be able to run around and get away and escape. Colt McCoy can't do that, so that's where I like your play the under because Colt McCoy is just going to get hammered.
This is also an interesting spot for Kingsbury.
Yeah,
he can really show management here if it's a Kyler thing or if it's a my system thing.
Right.
Because Kyler doesn't play within the system very well.
No. He likes to create and be outside the box.
He can't play in rhythm. So we're going to find out a lot about Kingsbury here. And this is a spot where he could either lose his job or save his job.
Right.
Well, he's probably going to lose his job, but
I don't think he loses his job.
I think there's a decent chance. Especially with their GM being out because he's an alky.
All right, this is another game that I already bet on. I bet on this game on Friday. I think the line moved slightly, though. I think I got it at 3.5, but I have Chargers -3 or 3.5.
I don't hate that at all. I'm with you on that. The Chargers are actually better than these two teams are kind of the same in that I thought they both were not very good this year, and they're both slightly above average.
No, the Titans, to me, are still a terrible team. They're not going to be good until they can get a quarterback and a receiving core. They expected too much out of Treylon Burks.
Yeah, they did.
You can't expect a rookie wide receiver to be your number one wide receiver unless it's like a trying to think of a good example. Marvin Harrison Jr. Literally, like you can't expect that. Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. I mean, yeah, It's the SEC, but it's not playing for Bama, you know?
Yeah, and I'm just the other part of it is that they just really did not appreciate AJ Brown at all.
No. And that's why their GM got fired, Tyler. That's why their GM got fired after they got embarrassed.
Yeah, I didn't even appreciate how good AJ Brown was, but that was because he was in the boring ass Titans offense.
Right. He was in the Titans offense that is one dimensional because they're like, you know what? We don't need to pass. They thought we don't need to pass the ball. We'll just give it to Derrick Henry 50 times. And
I mean, it was like
I'm surprised he hasn't had any serious injuries.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty much like having a Lamborghini on a gravel road.
Right. Yes. That's good. I like that. He said it was like having a Lamborghini on a gravel road.
I got good ones every now and then.
I like that. So yeah, I have -3 for the Chargers. I think I played it at -3.5. If my voice could stop cracking at 25, that'd be great. But
yeah, I also think I like the Chargers here. I'll probably actually take the Chargers in this one. I don't know if my only concern is that I don't know if the Chargers are up to play grown man football. And the Titans will make you play grown man football.
They will, but I also think that the Titans defense is terrible.
Right. And the Chargers technically should be a defensive oriented team with Brandon Staley. They're not.
So yeah, to confirm, I already have them at -3.
Good.
But I had it. There's better odds on the screen though. I had it at -104. It's -102 on the screen.
It is what it is.
But whatever.
You lose a penny.
Right. Vrabes, get yourself a quarterback, and I'll take you seriously.
Yeah, and it's not Malik Willis.
No, it's not. All right, we're almost done. We got Cincy, Tampa. This is going to be a good game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I also think this is going to be Joe Burrow's, or this is going to be the Tom Brady to Joe Burrow passing of the torch game. Because Joe Burrow's going to go out there and play grown man football. He's going to look like a football player. He's not going to look like a quarterback. He's going to look like a football player today. And Bengals are going to win. I take -3.5.
Yeah, the Bengals are hot as could be right now. I don't know. It's like you blinked and they're 9-4.
Right. I mean, I knew they were going to win this division, but I thought the Ravens were going to give them a better fight for it. But obviously, with Lamar getting injured, with them not having any running backs because they're all getting hurt, it was tough. But yeah, like you said, you blink and they're 9-4 and they're going to win the division. So I also want to include though that you have to think about the Buccaneers defense. The Buccaneers defense has been on fire lately. Can't take them lightly, basically. So take it with a grain of salt, but I do like Bengals -3.5.
Yeah, this is going to be
And
one
the
of
under. And the under.
The only way I see the Bengals not winning this game is if that old cowboy Tom Brady has low left in him.
Right. If he plays to a Super Bowl caliber today, then this might be a way closer game than we expect.
But the Bengals are a better team than the Buccaneers. The Bucs are injured all across the board. They have no offensive line. Brady's
the only thing I could see,
Brady can't
honestly, I think the Buccaneers, if they want to win this game, they have to win it on the ground. You need Leonard Fournette to show up. You got Rashad White, I think he's really good. He's going to be a really good running back. You just got to be able to take it. You need to stake your claim on the ground first before you try to throw it with Tom Brady down the field.
Yeah, I like the Bengals -3.5 here, but this is a game I probably won't bet, but I might bet. It depends how my 1 o'clock game.
Right. I think my for sure bet on this is probably under 47.
Yeah, it's going to depend on my 1 o'clock before I decide on what I'm going to do on this one.
Here we are. Also, breaking news. Argentina has defeated France in the World Cup, making Lionel Messi the greatest of all time over Ronaldo. Anyway.
Hi, Steph.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I'll get in there. Tyler.
Hi, Steph.
Hi, listen to me before we begin. I am severely and violently hungover. So if you even
These are
dare
excuses
to make me cry today, it's
Fire
going
away,
to be
Tyler.
astronomical compared to the last time. I'm just putting it out there.
I did not mean to make you cry, Steph.
Well, you did.
I bet on the Giants last week.
Well, and that was a poor mistake, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So I'm taking the Commanders this week, okay?
Okay.
And for no other reason than that they're at home. I don't really like what I've seen of the Giants lately. I'm sorry. And I'm starting to kind of like what the Commanders are doing, I guess. So I'll go ahead and take the Commanders, and if that means I lose a bet to keep you happy, I'll wear that one.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about this game. Of course, like the Giants aren't home, and it's a primetime game. And I don't know, have we seen Daniel Jones in a primetime game?
Not this season.
Not this season, yeah. So who knows what that kind of pressure is going to put on him and the team as a whole. And I think, of course, I want them to win, so my bet would always be on them. Except when it comes to the Cowboys, and we've had that conversation before. But just historically, we don't play. I mean, at least for the past 5 years, we haven't played well against the Cowboys, so I would never bet on the Giants against the Cowboys until they start showing me differently. But I don't know. I think this is a tough game because they both have the same record. They're both in the same division, and it feels like a comeback game for both of these teams, and the energy that they come in with is the energy that is going to set the precedent for the rest of the game. I think the Giants haven't shown me to be a team that can get their shit together in the second half. So if they come out playing like shit, they're going to play like shit the whole game, and it's not going to be pretty. So
is it bad if I'm secretly rooting for another tie here? Because that'd be awesome.
I would certainly be I would not be happy. Let's put it that way. You should have seen me after the last tie. Tell him what.
She didn't know what to do.
I was so literally confused. I couldn't even move.
She didn't talk for about 5 minutes, and then she goes, "Is a tie better than a loss?"
Yeah,
I mean, that's a fair question.
Yeah, and I mean, neither. I guess it's yes and no, but
It doesn't feel better than a loss.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. So who knows? Tyler said he wants them to tie again. Is why.
So do I, honestly. It'd be a good game if they tied.
Look, as long as I have a fun time watching today, I don't really care. The last couple games have been really, really brutal to watch and just like not fun, and I just want to have fun.
We're all here to have fun.
Yeah. So
Any game day meals?
no, I'm
Violently hungover.
Yeah. I'm too dead to make anything. But we'll see. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. Maybe
Perfect.
pack some up and send it over to you.
Do it.
All right, I'm gonna give you back to Cody now.
Okay, because it's almost game time.
Yep. All right.
Here. I'm so hungry. So I need to make a correction on my bets. I have, from earlier this week, Detroit -1, not +1.
Mm.
Also, I just put in Detroit money line at +114.
Okay.
And Las Vegas -2.5, but we talked about that.
So I currently have the Raiders -2.5, the Chiefs -14, Lions +2. I took the Falcons money line as well as the Falcons +5.
Hold on.
I like Desmond Ridder.
Is he playing? It's not Mariota?
Mariota's not playing. He's benched. He left the team.
Wait, he left the team?
Yeah, he apparently went to go get his knee checked out or some shit. I don't know. He lied and, pretty much just left the team.
Right. All right. Well, here's my. I mean, nobody can really place
like Mariota essentially opted out.
Right. So here is my gut check for today. I have the Atlanta Falcons, Eagles, Panthers, Lions, Chiefs, Cowboys, Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Bengals, and the New York G-Men. That's $5 to win you $2.7K.
Gotta love it. It's game time, Cody.
Yep, it's game time. Thank you for joining us. We got an episode of whatchamacallit tonight.
Yep,
It's
our Bull
already scheduled.
Extravaganza is coming out tonight.
Episode 2 of the Bull Extravaganza is coming out tonight. It's already scheduled to be released. I believe I said at 6:30 it's going to be out. So yeah, if you're into bull season, there's that. So anyway, we'll catch you later.
Peace out, our scouts.